Here's Paddy Power's latest horse racing offer. It's money back as a free bet if your horse finishes second to the SP Fav at one meeting every day this month. Paddy Power, you're welcome. Max free bet £25, 18 plus. Please gamble responsibly.
Hello there, it's Bruce Millington, James Pyman, Brian Shearing, and from Paddy Power, Brendan Duke, looking ahead to a great Sunday card at the Curragh, which may well have a 2017 Classic winner running on it. We're going to tackle 4 decent races in chronological order, which means the 220, which is the CL and MF Weld Park Stakes. It's over 7 furlongs, and we will get Brian Shearing, our new star signing in our Irish office, to tell us who's going to win.
Well, I think it's going to go to Dermot Weld. You have to go back to 99 since the last time he won it, but he's got the hood on this Azira. She's been right up there at the head of the betting in her last 3 starts. I think she probably left a race behind her the last day, but look, she'll get back to winning ways. I'm quite confident Weld will take the Weld Stakes.
Brian says the last day as well. Does anyone in Ireland say last time out? There's a real language gap, that, isn't it? We always say last time out, and you always say the last day. Have you ever been...
Yeah, I never noticed that, actually.
You're joking? You've never noticed it?
No, I always say the last day, now that you mentioned it.
I know you do, yeah.
This is the thing, isn't it? Why the Jews are such great comedians. You have to be an outsider to tell people what they're doing.
Well, the two big language ones are the last day versus last time out, and in the Curragh or at the Curragh. Have you noticed that one as well?
Yeah, no.
We always say at, and in Ireland you say in.
I'll be in the Curragh. Yes, I would say that, actually. Yeah.
James, have you got a view on the park?
I've got a view on the last day, though. I think
go on.
I think the last day is quite a useful term, because then and the last twice as well. You see, because you're always struggling to say, in the last
I just
two
don't
runs
think it
when you're
works for an English person to say the last day. I think you have to stick with the last time out. So you're not going to put one up here, no?
Not really. I think basically, like Brian said, I think Azira, if you pronounce Azira like that, is probably the horse to win this.
What about you, Brendan?
Oh yeah, Azira. I mean, was involved in one of the best races of the year against that Sea of Grace last year, a ding-dong battle. The only danger is this Pearl de la Mare. You don't know how good she is, but that was a terrible maiden. She won in Galway. Azira would be a heavy odds-on shot, I'll wager.
I thought that might be Gerald de la Mare's sister, but it's spelt differently, isn't it? Can't be. 255, the Renaissance Stakes. Actually, whoa. I've got 250 and 255 here. The running order says 255 and the card says 250. So we're going to go 250, okay? It's the Renaissance Stakes, Group 3, and straight away my eyes are drawn to the top horse, Gordon Lord Byron. Good old Gordon Lord Byron. Can he win it, Brian?
God, I'd love to see him win it, but I just don't think so. I was looking at the Happy Prince, but he doesn't win that often. I think he's 3 from 20. I don't think he's ever won at the Curragh. Look, the best sprint trainer around is Eddie Lynham. Maybe Fort Deloro might get back to winning ways. That's a stab in the dark for me. I was hoping the Tuscanini would line out here because I think he's a 6 furlong horse, and I'm also in the David Jennings fan club with Tuscanini. Yeah. But look, he didn't turn up. But I'd say Fort Deloro, but
you won't be having your max bet, no?
Oh, Jesus, no.
Okay, fair enough. James, can you proffer one for us here?
I think Brian's made a very good case for backing Gordon Lord Byron because he's a proven class act, and if he's on a going day, I think he can beat this lot.
Go on, GLB.
I know he's got a penalty. If you were looking at another one, maybe in Salutum each way, he's a progressive sprinter. I'm a big fan of backing informed sprinters, and he's got loads of form at the Curragh or in the Curragh over 6 furlongs.
At the Curragh?
Yeah.
Brendan, fairy tale with GLB?
He wouldn't be
fairy tale, but a nice result, a heart.
No. He's definitely got a chance. I mean, if he's on one of his going days, he's definitely got a chance. I thought the Happy Prince, though. I mean, this horse has gone from being tripless and frustrating to being rock solid over 6 and 7 furlongs. I thought a repeat of either of his last 2 runs would probably be good enough here.
Okie doke. Should we do the Beresford? Let's do the Bezer, shall we? Okay, and James, you lead on here because you think that. I mean, it's going to be reasonably short here, but you think there's a horse in this that could be worth backing for the Derby next year, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, that's Capri. It's just a really likeable type. He was so green first time out, and what was interesting, Aidan O'Brien gave him 3 quick runs, and I think it's to get him ready for the Beresford Stakes. It's a race Aidan O'Brien loves to use as a springboard for his top middle distance prospects. And I mean, the Bryans won 5 of the last 6 runnings of this, and I think probably if Capri is strong in the market, the stat of the weekend for me is Aidan O'Brien's last 8 odds-on shots in the Beresford all won. So if the money suggests that this horse is going to win, it might be a case of just following that. I just think Capri's the sort of horse he's just going to keep improving. A mile is probably the bare minimum for him.
What price are you on at for the Derby?
I'm on at 20s. I think he's about that at the moment, though, because of Churchill was just so impressive that, you know, the book has shortened him up and have pushed out the others. And Douglas MacArthur obviously was turned over as well. So,
okay, what price are you for the Derby? Capri now, Brendan?
20 to 1 is correct.
Okay. Does that tempt you, Brendan? That's a no.
Well, not particularly. Definitely, I wouldn't have counterfeit on Churchill at 6 to 1. He doesn't look like any middle distance horse I've ever seen. Now, in fairness, he almost doesn't look like any horse I've ever seen. He's such a magnificent specimen, but he has an arse like a sprinter, and I'll be shocked if he stays a mile and a half.
Capri's got lovely grey fur, hasn't he, I believe?
Yes, he's
very grey, isn't he?
And he's long and he's a supple mover. He looks all over a middle distance horse.
He's a middle distance horse in the making, isn't he? Definitely. Yeah. And he's just also what I like about him is he's uncomplicated and he's just a strong galloper. I think he's got a touch of the master craftsman about him, but I think he's going to stay further.
Is there any slight concern that he dons a tongue tie, do you think, James?
It has to be a little bit of a concern. I mean, it suggests that, you know, breathing doesn't necessarily come naturally to him, that he might have a few issues there, but he wore a tongue tie last time. That didn't seem to inconvenience him. So I don't know.
He's worn it before and shown good form, so let's hope he's fine. Brian, are you in the Capri fan club?
Yeah, and even more so just the fact that Shamie Heffernan, I think it takes a lot for Shamie Heffernan to get effusive about a horse, and when he was interviewed in ATR after Tipperary, he was pretty much saying that this fella could be the real deal, so I think Capri will be the one on Sunday. Just a side note, Old Man River won this 2 years ago and he runs at Dundalk this evening, so might be worth tuning into later on.
Brian and Brendan, have you got anything else on the Curragh undercard that we should be backing?
Well, I would say that Capri will be kept honest in the betting by Exemplar, and I certainly wouldn't worry about the tongue tie, because I think Aidan, he has this thing where if you read Richard Forrestal's interview with him, he's always questioning things, questioning his parenting skills, questioning his training. This is how he learns, and he's embraced cheek pieces and headgear in the last few years, and now perhaps like Dan Skelton, who puts a tongue tie on all his horses to take a variable out of things, Aidan is looking at doing this as well, because that Exemplar has a tongue tie as well. So I wouldn't be concerned about that at all. But that Exemplar is a proper horse as well. It'd be a good battle between the two of them in the Beresford.
Okay, anything on the undercard?
Well, of course, a very interesting race for you is this listed race, which is Forgotten Rules Prep for Ascot. But the race will be made by good old Jenny's Jewel.
Oh, yeah, good old Jenny's. Oh,
so she'll put the pace to the race.
Does she win it?
Well, probably not good enough. Twilight Payment is interesting down the bottom, and Forgotten Rules, despite it being a prep, will probably just be good enough.
No, I'm going to be all over the Jenny's.
She's a solid each way bet in the conditions. She'll make it a test for them.
She's so lovely. Okay, Brian, have you got anything else for me at the Curragh?
Just a line on Jenny's Jewel. I was talking to Jarlath Fatty there during the week, and they had this in the Prix de Cadran in the mines, but wasn't soft enough for Prix de Cadran, so it's this and then on to the Cesarewitch, either Cesarewitch. I'm not sure which one they're going to go for just yet, but God, she's a lovely filly, and even though she's 9 years of age, I wouldn't mind owning her going over jumps again this season.
Damn right, she's good, isn't she? James, anything else for us at the Curragh?
I mean, in this race, there's actually a topical angle for those who follow their ratings, because, you know, with the tweak to the weight for age system, you could say Twilight Payment's effectively well in, because he's a 3-year-old here taking on older horses over 2 miles. So the handicapper is saying he's well in. He's a coming force in the staying division, so for me, you know, he could go off a decent price against Forgotten Rules, although then again I wouldn't necessarily want to oppose the tough teak Jenny's Jewel.
Okie doke. James, weekend plans. So you got to drop the girls at swimming, then you're going to win money on Maymas, and what else have you got lined up?
Yes, and then I'm going up to see my folks who I haven't seen for a while, because it's the twins are 7 next week, so we're going to have a party on Sunday. So it's going to be racing and partying.
Brilliant.
Perfect weekend.
What a great combination.
Yeah.
Brian, has the rota been kind to you? You're the new boy, so you're probably grafting every weekend, aren't you? So the others can just swan around, yeah?
On until next Thursday, Bruce.
Really?
Yeah.
Blimey.
But I wouldn't have it any other way.
Good.
That's the right answer.
That is absolutely the right answer, Brian, and thank you very much for your excellent input on what was a very impressive Postcast debut. You can certainly come again. And Brendan, what's happening? First of all, what's happening with the rota?
Oh, a pretty sick rota this week. I'm in on Sunday, so I won't be going to the Curragh.
Right.
I am off tomorrow. I could do something, but
did you remonstrate when the rota came out, or did you just have to suck that one up?
I think I just had to suck it up because I was feeling the love on Champions Weekend. So it swings and roundabouts this rota game, isn't it?
And talking of love, is the quest for love going on this weekend?
Oh my God!
What's happened? What's the latest instalment?
Well, here. Well, I mean, I might as well tell you. So I did have a date this week. Not unlike Craig David, I took her for a drink on Tuesday.
Right.
We were not making love by Friday. And in fact, there won't even be a second date. So I'm done with women. I'm concentrating on horses.
Your form figures are terrible at the moment, aren't they?
It's just, I'm like this thing in a cellar. No bid. That's the, I used to be catnip to the... Anyway, look, I'm done with women. Concentrating on backing winners. That's the future.
Jolly good. Okay, well, hopefully there's plenty of winners contained in the last half hour or whatever. Many thanks, James. Superb stuff. Brian, like I say, a superb debut. Many thanks for that. And Brendan, thank you as ever. We will be back on Monday with the Racing Post review postcast. And then, excitingly, next Friday, are you on duty next Friday, Brendan?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, well, it's you, me, Keels, if he's well again, and no less than ITV's new racing frontman, Mr. Ed Chamberlain. What do you think of that?
What a coup for you.
How about that?
Yeah,
join us for that. Have a great weekend.
Okay.
The Racing Postcast in association with Paddy Power. They price up all UK and Irish racing the night before.